Join me today as we lube up some Ninja Turtles. That's right, thanks to Epic Disaster, I've got 3 tips to show you to fix these turtles so that you can enjoy them and not be afraid of breaking stuff. Let's get into it. Up first, this is the box that KOWKIS shipped in. It was actually originally in a shipping bag on the cardboard box, but I just want you to see this because not a lot of stuff that comes from China, you know, like AliExpress, comes with this much packaging. So you got layers of nice bubble, look at that. And then you got the figures in bubble wrap, so you can know that when they get to you, they're gonna be in good shape. I work with a lot of companies these days. I order a lot of stuff from different places that I don't work with, and KOWKIS has been consistently the best at shipping their products to customers because they know that some people really care about the packaging. Some people are inbox collectors, which is crazy, but we're not gonna get into that today. Today, we're gonna open products and talk about how cool they are. Potentially, well, not potentially that's what we're gonna do, but potentially these are cool. I don't know. I am very excited about them. They look super fun, and I've seen some people like Epic Disaster talk about them in a positive way. So not great for inbox collectors because of all the frosted plastic on the inside. So I guess that's the curse of being an inbox collector. For the sake of it, we are just going to call these Meta Toys Ninja Turtles because I don't know how to say that. Lingjihun? And, you know, by trying, I sound like a dang fool. But luckily, I can read and write in English so that I know that that says Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles and that says Raphael and Leonardo. So let's look at the back of the box just for the sake of it. There you go. Now let's open them. Sliding it out, you got a nice city sewer thing on the inside. Who cares? Now, I remember these things being promoted with, like, soft goods in the promo images, but they were just like silhouettes. They didn't tell you what they were. So far, everybody's just getting the same thing, which I genuinely don't like. I also don't really care for this kind of cheaper cloth material. Like it's like a knapsack or something. It's fine. The stitching work is good. There's no pockets, which is fine, and I guess, you know, whatever. And then these pants. I don't care about these things. We will look at them in more detail and then put them on the figures. When they advertise them as all having like a unique piece of soft goods, I thought it was like each one would get a unique thing. Regarding the other 2 brothers, when do we get that stuff? I don't know. Well, I'm gonna say right now, one of the things that make these turtles so awesome is the incredibly wide variety of hands. This is a lot of stuff. This already makes me very happy. Now, taking a quick glance at him, he's cool. There's things to look at and consider as far as the style choice for turtles. But accessory-wise, value? I mean, these things go upwards of, what, $100 or something, depending on where you get it. Now, these all came from KOWKIS, and you can get 6% off using promo codes down in the description. If these guys are available, obviously jump on it, because sometimes these things just go out very fast. Let's jump into all of this stuff, because, my God, this is crazy. These are big boys with lots of things. Let's move Raphael out of the way for now, and then look at all of the items. We have, up first, a busted Mouser, and this is cool. This is not a white painted one. This is a little bit more realistic choice, and I dig that. Now, the hole that is in here is designed so that you can stick a side through it. I remember seeing that with the promo images. It may have been on the back of the box as well, but now you got Raphael with a nice, cool, like, action setup. There's no articulation that I can see out of this Mouser head, but that's okay. I was just thinking if it had articulation, that might be an insight to a future release. We also have a slice of pizza that was in with all of the hands and the size, and as you can see, yes, another item that Raphael can slide his little slicer through and eat it like that, or he just caught it in the air. The details of this pizza this looks fantastic. It's a very, very orangey cheese, but my God, I want to eat that pizza. And then, of course, the size themselves, nice work here. I mean, the metal looks cool, and then the wraps are okay. They're just like, I guess you could say they're really grungy and dirty, you know, versus being like a clean white cloth or something. These look lived in. And then you get some Psy effects as if they are in motion, which is pretty cool. I mean, this is definitely a unique approach, but you just attach it like that, and now you have this, which is gonna be cool if you're attacking things that are metal, because now it kind of looks like a spark more than a motion effect. You get tons of hands, it's insane. So up first you have these kind of just relaxed to open hands, which could be used to hold some things. You got a couple of grippies, which I assume these are just standard Psy hands. You've got these because these guys are always hanging loose and party boys. You got these hands, which are just cool stance hands. These, which, you know, again, another funny thing, when a Ninja Turtle or a character only has 3 fingers total, it's hard to do a peace sign because it just looks like the thumb's bent in. And then you get a thumbs up or down or whatever you need. Raphael specific Psy hands, so you can slide these things through his knuckles, and another set of gripping hands. So let's compare this to the first set we looked at. I mean, yeah, they're shaped a little bit different. I'm curious of what the intention is for each of these. And finally, you get the touch tips. Boop. He could be a cute little shy boy. We have 2 more slices of pizza, so if you don't want them on the side, you just got a nice, cool one to hold, which maybe that's what one of those hands is more designed for, a pizza versus a Psy. And you get this flat one, which would be good for just kind of resting on stuff. You get a throwing star, pretty basic, simple, looks like stuff that we've seen in the past. But you get this one with the effect attached to it, which I really dig. I like, it's a cleaner silver, but I love effect pieces. Great for posing. I mean, it's turtle sized, I guess, but you know, it just compared to a throwing star, this seems huge, but it's beautiful. Love it. You get a turtle comm, which looks more like the vintage 1987 stuff. Very nice. There's nothing on the screen, so it doesn't look like it's lit up. You know, you just have to Photoshop if you wanted stuff to, but I love how greased up and dirty these things are, because these guys live in the freaking sewer, man. They're gonna be nasty boys. And then this, which is just, I don't know, is this a specific reference or is it just a walkie-talkie or whatever you want it to be? You get a couple of attachments for him. They have hooks on the back. This, I don't know, maybe you can put a kunai in it like that. I mean, you can, maybe some other things. You get this little pouch piece, which, you know what's in there? Whatever you want. How about that? Use your imagination. It could be just a satchel of Skittles. And you get this throwing grappler. That's it, a grappling hook, but there's no string. Am I missing a string? Did I miss it when I opened all this stuff? I don't think so. This needs a chain or something to attach to. What the heck is happening? Why don't I have that? Well, you better raid the junk drawer and find some string or something. We also have a hat, of course, because we do have this whole disguise set up. It's fine, very basic, but it does have a magnet, which is cool, so it can just pop on the head. Not that head, I guess. Not that head, I guess. What's the deal? Somebody's magnet not working? Am I crazy? I mean, they go on the head fine. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out with Leo. Maybe his stuff works better. 3 options for the bandana, which I appreciate. So it has this square peg on the back of it, which it's like when you buy a model kit and it just lets you know what's what. So that needs to come off. Then you get this one, which I guess we'll have to attach them to the back of the heads to kind of get a look, but this seems like it goes into the head and then over the shoulder for that kind of classic look. This just goes straight down, or you can twist it, obviously, and have it in motion. And then this goes straight out, so it's more blowing in the wind. Alternate faces, you got this one, just a nice classic neutral face. This is the interesting thing for me, is the texture. It's almost like they used a type of paint that causes this natural cracking, but that's all part of the sculpt. I think I'm okay with it. I mean, they are turtles. It doesn't look bad. You got this alternate face, which looks incredible in the mouth. Like the teeth, they put the gloss on there to give it like a wet look. I am impressed. This one with the gritting teeth. And this is like a realistic approach to the old Playmate stuff, which is pretty cool. This is the head that's on by default, so you can have that classic do-rag look. It's got a little torn up spots in there, but again, a nice, beautiful sculpt that looks very similar to the one we were just looking at there, but the difference in the upper half. On by default, he has fists, which, you know, perfect. Super grungy, really dirty, living in the sewer kind of guy. Looks awesome. I love this kind of mix of like metal and leather goods for the belt. The shell looks really good. It's very realistic looking. Like, this feels like a real turtle shell. It's pretty wild. I like this change up here in the lower half, kind of snapping turtle-esque. Looks fantastic. I think all of these pouches and stuff are just on by default. You can put his size in these hoops on the back side. I assume alternatively just do the front if that's what you're looking for. He has a pouch on the side here and nothing on this side. So why do we have these extra ones? It's not like they have a lot of places to go. I guess you just, instead of a loop, you could do that. Sure, why not? I just did it. Now, feeling wise, everything I'm touching is leaving a residue on my fingers. If you've had figures like that in the past where there's just a ton of paint on them and then you're done, you're like, ugh, what is this like grime on you? That is happening big time here, but that's generally the case. I would say Joy Toy is also like that, but that's a figure line that has a ton of paint, more realistic paint on there too. So like all the dark, grimy stuff seems to be what gets transferred maybe. Before we go any further, let's take a deeper look at this. Now, this is going to be one of those things too where after touching the figure, I feel like I could transfer some dirt to this because it's such a light color, so be cautious of that. There's no wire in anything either, which is that's a huge missed opportunity, man. At least in the belts. Like, I would say instead of doing this, get a jacket from Rebel 10 Customs because she crushes it. Those things are gorgeous and everything's wired. The pants are also super basic. They're just black with elastic bands. So these are like, it's your day off, you're lounging around, you're eating a bunch of pizza and you're feeling like a fat boy. You wear your elastic band. Now, let's talk about the fixes for this thing. Number one, obviously we have to cut off the tips of these bandanas, but according to Epic Disaster, you want to take some of this stuff, this Traxxas 30 weight high performance shock oil, which I'll have linked in the description. It's just an oil, like a genuine silicone oil based thing. It's all about like the weight. Anyway, you want to lube up these bandana pieces and put them in because all that paint, when it goes into the back of the head, could be too much friction, and when you twist it, it snaps right off. So we definitely need to do that. The other thing is to be cautious of these hands. You may want to heat up the holes in the other hands, or maybe even on these before you take them off, because look at this. This is a very, very tight fit and could be a big scare for a lot of folks because sometimes when you pull that off and it snaps something in there. So let's take one of the new hands because I think this is where some of the concern comes from. They are a little bit soft, but if you're patient enough, you can just kind of wiggle these things and get them on. But obviously, add a little heat to those holes and everything will just pop on and off, no problem. The other number one concern that you may want to buy this oil for, not only for this guy, but a lot of action figures in the future that have stiff joints, is going to be in the torso. These guys are like really stiff by default, according to him. Now, this does have some pretty good range on mine by default, so I may not need to do that. Maybe Leonardo's a little worse than this. He doesn't feel like some figures that I've had in the past, like the Juggernaut from the Marvel Legends line, which definitely needs this stuff. But this is like a word of caution. So when you get those figures and the joints are way too tight, a little dab, just a tiny dollop of oil can go a long, long way. And then maybe we have a tight joint somewhere else that he didn't experience. But so far, everything feels very, very fluid. Look at that ankle range. He's got toe articulation. So let's check out the articulation on these guys, because big, beefy, muscular boys generally cannot articulate much. Will these guys do it? Let's find out. Taking the head, he looks up rather, pretty decent considering the traps on this boy. And then he looks down perfectly because of the neck and head articulation. Nice rotation there with all of the parts. So yeah, I'd say neck range, wonderful. Shoulders go up perfectly. You got these nice butterfly looking joints, or maybe just caps over it to look like a butterfly. I don't know, but those are really deep cuts in the side. So this is actually way more than I would have expected. Generally, because of a shell, you can't get this much range. I am very happy to see this. Crossed arms. They go back pretty decent. A lot of movement in there. You got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows looking fantastic. And then you have a standard ball peg for the wrist, which I like, but it's also hinged. Like you can feel it just kind of cracking to different points. Cracking? Not cracking. Ratcheted, that's what I mean. So side to side is wonderful, goes forward honestly really well, especially again for a Ninja Turtle. Goes back really nicely, and then the shell also has some movement. It does go a little bit side to side. It reminds me of some turtles in the past, like the SH Figuarts, I think. It slides up, you can see that, and slides way down. So depending on the look and pose you're trying to get, you could definitely take advantage of the placement of the shell to get this guy to move more. Look at that. Now we can go back even further. Legs go up, perfect splits. You got a lot of ball sockets and movement and layers going on here, so really good range. And then you have your double jointed knees, which are doing great work. And then these great ankles that have like really nice range with the toe articulation. So do these guys pose well? Yeah, and you'll see that through all the B-roll of this footage. I am very excited to mess with these dudes. These are insane. Look-wise, it's obviously your preference. These guys are grimy, realistic turtles that I think it could definitely be a modern movie style design if they didn't want to copy stuff from the 80s but be influenced by it. Well, there you go. 90s rather. Let's get on to Leonardo. All right, Leonardo, he's got a lot of the same stuff as far as hands go, but he also has less stuff. So, because Raphael needs specific hands to hold things in a certain way, you only get one set of gripping hands with Leonardo, and you get all the gesturing hands the same, but then that's it. Very weird. Also, because he doesn't have a infamously alternate head option, Leonardo only gets 3. Let's just jump into the accessories that make this Leonardo different and then look at him to see what makes him different. All of those same accessories over here. We have the hat, so let's see if that magnet is there and functioning. Okay, I feel the magnet kind of working. I mean, you can see it working, but it's like very much on the front portion of his head, so a little finicky, but I can feel it with this one where I couldn't with the Raphael. As far as his weapons go, this is where things are going to be a little more unique. Obviously, we have this ×2. So if you want his blades, I assume this is just to change the layout. I mean, obviously, right? Nicely done. The colors, I like the brass tones on the handle and the, like, for the metal bits. Just a plain black for the wraps, and then the standard silver for the swords. You get this adapter piece, which is what his blade sheaths, scabbards, are going to attach to. And then you have this alternative layout, which is a little more classic. If you like your Leonardo's with the crossed stuff on the back, then there you go, just plugs right in. What are all the versions of Leonardo where he does this like both from the same side? And then you get these motion effects, which are tiny little boys for these huge blades. I kind of wish it was something that kind of covered more of the blade rather than just the tip. It's also a very tight application, which is a little scary. It still goes in even further than when I'm able to get it, but it's just such a tight fit. I mean, it does look cool, but I kind of wish that it was something that went like further down. Whatever. Oh my god, that's scary. As far as attaching Leonardo's stuff, yeah, it seems like you gotta remove this strap piece right out of the back. So if you don't want him to have the scabbards and things on, it was very hidden, honestly. It just looked like part of the design. That's awesome. So yes, you can go this route and have them on one side or straight up or switch it around. Whatever you need to do, you can have that. Or go with the classic look, which, yes, in a nice jumping through the sky pose, it is beautiful. Alternate heads in the box. You got this one, which is, again, kind of a nod to the old vintage stuff with the snarl a little heavier on one side than the other. But look how disgusting his teeth are, man. Some people need to flush some toothbrushes down into the sewer so these guys have something to clean their mouths with. And then you got this one, which is like a nice, oh, see, this is very rare. I know you can get this type of head for Leonardo specifically with the new NECA stuff, but it looks good. It does seem odd that his eyes aren't grimy, like it needs a little more black wash than the rest, but whatever. I dig it. I'm here for it. On by default, he's just got this one with just the mouth slightly agape, where you can see his teeth agape. Back of it, love it. This leather stuff is beautiful, man. Like when companies can do this, like mixed media look of like the metal buttons and the leather and then the like cloth wrap portions, it really does amp up the look of a figure. And Joy Toy is one of those. Even like the plastic buckle separation from the leather, it really just emphasizes that this is leather stuff. Now that's a little sloppy there, but also not so bad with the human eyes, more so in the camera. He's kind of got a similar setup with his buckle and stuff, but this is great. So I imagine these guys are all going to be the same exact body, probably no difference other than their attachments, which is fine, pretty expected, but the articulation should be the same regardless, unless, I mean, this does all float on the front of him, so yeah, I'm sure that would be fine. I don't think it's going to cause any restrictions. Maybe it's just because mine went through so much like cold weather and then got heated up in the house for a few days that all of these joints are working better, but it is important that you know that this stuff exists, and if yours is having a an issue with the torso. Pull them apart. Don't necessarily even need to heat it up. Looks a little wet, like there's something on there already on mine by default. But you would just take this stuff, have a napkin or something available because you don't want to ruin your custom desk mat. I've never used this stuff before, so I don't know how thick it is. Oh, okay. So it's not super runny, which is good. You just need a little bit on there and then just start moving them around and he should be, oh, I already feel a difference in this thing. And not that mine was jammed up, but he definitely slides a lot better. But oh my God, you're gonna be able to have like some intimidating walking poses. Look at this. Let's get that napkin out of here. Look at, how many Ninja Turtles can you get that kind of walk with? Not many, that's for sure. Let's talk about these bandanas. So we're gonna need some nice scissors or a razor blade or something. These are craft scissors, so they're like super sharp. Again, we wanna take just a smidgen of this stuff, apply it just a little bit on the tip, and since this stuff is kind of thick, yeah, that should be easy. It should be simple enough. And then you just lube that hole up so that you don't snap off this stuff as the rubber creates a lot of friction. And there you go. My God. As you saw, these things all attached throughout the posing segment, it really does create some fun range of poses thanks to these bandanas. And now you don't have to be afraid of them snapping off. My God, these guys are gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff coming out. These are larger turtles. I'll have some scale options here for you to look at, but the look and style is very specific. So if this is a look that you're into, then yeah, I recommend them. The posing is going to be really fun with these guys. Nothing feels loose like it's a concern. Everything is a nice fluid movement, and then you have like ratchets where you need it and like the knees and the wrists. I think these are going to be a stellar set. I'm very excited to see the rest of the line. And on top of that, I know we have the Heat Boys versions, which are a totally different style, but more in line with this, the kind of realistic, larger turtles. Who knows? Those might be the best ones ever. Are these the best ones ever? I wouldn't say these are the best turtles ever. Okay, we're about to do a pose that you probably would never expect out of a Ninja Turtle, especially a thick one like these guys. Check that out. This is crazy. How many Ninja Turtles could do this? Like the Revoltech and then that's it? I don't even think the Joy Toys can do this. This has kind of become my go-to kind of thing, is like, how much can I get a figure into a ball shape? And I mean, for a Ninja Turtle, this is doing it. Well, there you go, folks. Don't forget to use the promo code NOSTALGIA-KOWKIS to get 6% off your order and get your turtles while you can, or pre-order the other boys if you haven't already, or just shop around on Kowkis and see what you got. Not everything is the best price always on there, but these are very fair priced, and then all of the Joy Toy stuff is greatly priced on there. I might be able to do crossed arms. This is very close. Holy smokes. Anyway, if you enjoyed this and you want to see some more Ninja Turtles get reviewed on this channel, be sure to click that link right there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.